Hey guys, Regina Clark here in Colorado Springs, and I want to welcome you to Wake Up Wednesday. I have been traveling and going to see my family in Texas. I saw lots of people, lots of nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, cousins, and one of my children. So it was a very wonderful trip, and I'm glad to be home. And I was loving it while I was away and getting to travel around and do what I did. So I want to get back to this topic of beauty, whatever that is. You know, that's what we've been talking about, is how do we even define that? And so much of it is simply what we've been brought up with, what's been modeled to us, what we've been taught. Culture is a huge player in that, where we live and everything that's put before us, certainly with media and television. You know, there was a day when that all that wasn't around and things were very different. Like if you lived away, it's like people who talk about they didn't know they were poor until they got away from their situation and got around other people. So again, there's that comparison element that can come in many different areas of life. And so I wanted to just continue to look at, because I just know, I try to be mindful and aware, and it's still such a huge topic that comes up so often. Even when I was um, back at home or with my sisters, or you go to the river and you got to put on a bathing suit, or you're going to a wedding and you got to dress up. And my gosh, it's just an all the time thing. And I guess I've just been blessed that I haven't had a job per se, that I had to really be dressed all the nine, uh, all the time, every day, and a 9 to 5. Actually, I'm looking for a job right now, and I don't know what it's going to be or how it's going to be for me, as I'm letting my hair grow out and into its natural color, and how I'm going to transition. So I have a lot of questions. I'm certainly on my own journey. And really, what this to me is about is being able to just encourage each other, have real conversations. I'm hoping to gather some groups around this topic, just get together and have some real conversations with what this has been for us, what it's been like in our lives, and to support each other in being real, in being thankful, and really learning to love ourselves on a deeper level. So today I want to share with you from this book. I mentioned it, Jenna Kutcher. I guess that's how you say it. How Are You Really? And I just love the title. And so she has a section in here that when I read it, I knew it was something I wanted to share. So I'm just going to read to you for a little bit. The truth is, we live in a world that created a threshold and a million others by offering us tons of messages, most of them false, whether subliminally or spelled out in neon letters. We live in a world that eats with its eyes first, that profits off reminding us our bodies don't measure up, and we march right up to the line on a battlefield of cuts. Philosopher Simone de Beauvoir wrote of a woman's experience walking that line, saying, through compliments and admonishments, through images and words, she discovers the meaning of the words pretty and ugly. She tries to resemble an image. She disguises herself. She looks at herself in the mirror. She compares. These words were written more than 70 years ago. But even today, disguising and comparing ourselves is an instinct that is still undeniably alive for most of us. While negative body image is still very much the current reality for most women, I'd be remiss to ignore the fact that we're making strides, and we're inviting the generations that come after to follow suit. I am so grateful that women are working to change the age old definition of beauty to extend far beyond what we once considered alluring, from no filter publications to Photoshop free ads to greater representation in skin color and shape and ability. Many powers are at work dismantling the idea that there should be a standard at all. We're waking to the truth that our bodies, these glorious vessels, don't exist to be seen under the gaze of others. They exist to be heard over the whispers of the world. Our bodies beg for us to listen. They want our attention, but sometimes when we perceive our bodies have failed us, we dissociate. We separate our minds and our souls from our bodies. We let our minds be angered by or become obsessed with our imperfect bodies. We let our souls marinate in disappointment of the many ways in which our bodies don't meet our expectations, from how they look to how they perform to how they age. And we feel unwelcome in our sturdy thighs, our wild hair, our soft bellies, and our smile lines. So, how the heck do we put ourselves back together after decades of believing we're broken, of separating our bodies from our souls? How do we take steps toward connecting our head with our heart and our limbs with our lives? How do we walk our bodies towards glorious wholeness, both today and as we age through tomorrow? My friend, who is a clinical therapist working primarily in the research field of body positivity, once handed me a question to ponder that truly shook me. Jenna, what if you're not just in your body? What if you are your body? Now, wherever you stand on Plato or philosophy or embodiment theories, hear me out. Do you remember that incredible feeling you got as a child, swinging high above the treetops with the sun on your shoulders and the breeze in your hair, when everything was beautiful and perfect and right with the world? You closed your eyes and felt the physical sensations of all of that in your soul, didn't you? The peace arrived from a depth undiscovered. It was far more than skin deep. It wasn't just you thinking or feeling. It wasn't just you thinking about how you should be feeling. It was you, full stop, experiencing, living, being. Where the heck did that feeling come from, and what would it take to get it back again? To move forward into older age by paying attention to how we feel in our bodies more than how they look. To experience gratitude for the smooth satin of our favorite pajamas on bare legs without peeking at the label's size first. To feel the relief of letting our hair down after a long day without criticizing its split ends. To see ourselves wholly when we look in the mirror and not just the ever changing texture of our faces. To run headlong into the breaking crest of ocean waves and feel cool refreshment over every inch of our dimpled cellulite. To love our sharp angles or curves or weak muscles or our bulging ones. We will have many moments of getting this right, of feeling present and lovely and here, fully alive as human being. And we will have many moments of getting this not so right too. Time and time again, I've questioned myself and my worth by the curves and bumps of my meat suit, the me-shaped shell that holds my soul, my shimmering personalities, Tupperware. And again, I just think she's an incredible writer, and she has been through her own struggles and challenges. And just like me and so many of us, I think we're trying to figure it out, and we want to be more present. We want to be more real, more authentic, and we don't want to be superficial. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I think it's an incredible book. And I will continue to share on this topic as long as I feel like I have something to say. I know I still haven't gotten more to my personal story, and I will do that hopefully next week. And until then, take care of your beautiful self and know that you are so much more than your meat suit.